Welcome to a little segment I like to call Everything Valor. I'm going to be starting to do some stuff on the Dan Wesson Valor because there's not a lot of it out there. And I'm a new 1911 owner. This is my first 1911. So tearing it down and putting it back together is a little harder than my Glock or my SIG. And there's a little trick, especially with this little guy here, that doesn't tell you how to do it, so you got to learn how to do it. So we're going to strip this down, and then we're going to put it back together. And then I'm actually having a custom holster made by Kramer, and I'll be showing that when I get it. If you don't know Kramer gun leather, you should definitely check them out online. I was the first. They didn't have the Valor, so they took my gun and they made a cast, so they can make custom leather holsters. And again, I'll show you that when that happens. All right, so let's break this down. First of all, hammer's got to be cocked. Okay. Then what we do, if you got a stainless model, take your ring off. You don't want to scratch it up. So you just push down on this little guide rod there and turn all the way. Then you will slowly let it out. Careful, because that's going to shoot out if you don't have a good hold of it, all right? So you pull that off. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to turn the bushing over that way. We're going to pull the slide back. There's two marks here. One is the slide stop, and the other one is for us to now push on the little button on the other side. Probably wondering what that's for. There we go. You got to push that up once you get that lined up. And then you're just going to grab, there we go, and you're going to pull that out. There we go. Excellent. Okay. Now, you just go ahead and grab the bushing, pull that off, and now you can, I like to turn it upside down, and you can remove the slide from the gun. Now you just reach in and grab the spring in the guide rod. Now, without reading, of course, I read the instructions, so I knew how to do this, but normally I would think I would just take this out like normal. But no, you actually have to push it. And let's see here. It'll go right through. There we go. Right through. Now these tolerances are really tight, so you know, you do have to muscle it a little bit sometimes. But there we go. We're broken down. We've got everything's done. So let's put it back together. This is the tough part. Let's put our match barrel back in. Okay. Excellent. Put that spring back in. Okay, obviously it's going to go like that. Okay, now here's the little thing, this little toggle, that's got to be up, because that's what this is going to go through. So, with your gun upside down, slide that baby back in, keeping that up, and you're going to look through that hole. Now when you get there and it stops, that's where you have to slowly push it in. Slowly, otherwise you'll knock it. There we go. I can see right through there, so I'm going to put this in the other side. There we go. Now I can turn my gun around. Now this is the tricky part. This is where it doesn't tell you in the instructions that this is a little spring here, and because when you put this up, it's really tough to see how that's going to work without scratching it. And what you're going to do is you're going to scratch it right there if you don't know. So you just get it so it's real close there to where you want it. Get it lined up, and then you just kind of push. There it is. There it is. You want to get that back. that slide back where you want it. And gonna have to work it a little bit. There it is, clicked right in. So now we're clicked back in. So now the bushing goes in, off to the right, drops down, then you just spin it over to the left. There we go. Drop this back in. Now here's where you have to be careful. You gotta just really push it in there. Get it down, turn it, and snap it into place. There we go. We are back and ready to go. Give it a shot. And there's how you put it back together. All right, this is Daniel Jackson with Everything Valor. My next video will be of the Kramer gun leather that I'm having custom made to hold this. It's the Michigan State Police paddle. It is extremely comfortable. Their holsters are made out of horsehide, which is thinner and more durable than cow. They do cow as well, but they're kind of pricey, $170 for the holster. But it's custom made to this gun, so it almost clicks in the way they're perfectly custom. What they do is they make casts of these guns, perfect casts, and then they make them. They make the holsters. So that'll be my next video. All right, everyone, have a great day. Get out there and shoot your 1911s, whatever you have. Bye-bye.